welcome back to my channel. It's Just Read VI and I'm back with another video. Welcome back, you guys. I'm so happy to be back. It's now June. I'm doing my June recap. It's literally the end of June. This month went by like this. If you are new here, thank you guys so much for clicking on this video. I hope it's something that you enjoy. If so, please hit the like button, the subscribe button, and meet me in the comments. I'm always super excited about having conversation with you guys. I love talking with other readers. That's partly why I started this whole thing. Yeah, and if you are just reader, of course, I love you guys endlessly. Thank you guys so much for the support. You know what to do. Hit the like button, and then I'll see you in the comments also. So thank you guys so much for watching. I did not do a May recap video. I did 2 videos in May, so that was kind of that. I didn't really have time to do a recap at the end of May, but now I'm going to start doing a book of the month. So my favorite read each month, I will tell you in the recap video. In May, since I didn't do a video, I will let you guys know now. My favorite book of the month of May my favorite read was Finding Me by Viola Davis. This book was just amazing. Like, she told it all. At least it felt like that. She opened up and was so transparent to everything she experienced, from her father abusing her mom to rape to molestation to relationship issues to an abortion that she did. Like, everything was in this book, and it's just almost hard not to have enjoyed this book. It was just so amazing. So definitely that book is a must read. Although online I have seen a bunch of people have been reading this book. Kudos to you if you have. I loved it so much from beginning to end. Like, wow, I was blown away at everything. And then, moving on into May, definitely check that book out, but I'm long-winded. So I'm going to head into May because this video is just a recap. I'm really not going to try to talk too much about the books because then the video becomes super long because I am long-winded, right? So my June read started with a arc. I read so much. I feel like all I'm reading are arcs, just about. So I read Bet on It by Jody Slaughter. And this book was so good. Like, I really enjoyed this book. So it was narrated by Angel Payne, and it was sent to me by Macmillan Audio. Macmillan Audio, I swear, they like me a lot. So they always send me books, and I appreciate that so much. So shout out to you guys at Macmillan Audio. You are appreciated because the books that you guys produce are great. So yeah, and Jody Slaughter, you did a phenomenal job with this book. This book was sassy, sexy, too hard to handle. Like, it was a cute read, and I was happy because I have been reading some arcs, advanced reader copy books that aren't it. So the ones that are books that I would have loved to read and would have bought on my own are just such a gem to me. So this book was amazing. 5 out of 5 stars. The main characters are Asia and Walker, and they both deal with anxiety issues and fall in love in the midst of that all. So this book was just so good. A must read. I definitely highly recommend. This book was a really good read. It was released on June, I don't remember, I don't think I have the date on here, but it is on my Instagram. So that book, and I could also add it to the screen as well. But yeah, so this book, Bet on It, was a phenomenal read. Definitely check it out. All right, and that was my last book. So this journal, my pink journal that I started with at the beginning of this whole journey, is now finished. I have used all the pages. So now I've moved on to my new journal, which has like my initial D on it. I love it so much. It's just the cutest thing. It's smaller than I was expecting, but yeah, super cute. So starting off, I have another arc, and this was sent to me by Wattpad Books. You can find them on Instagram and find out what other books they will be publishing. It's by Ashley Marie. This was an audio, and I love those because I feel like I get such a bang out of them with all that I'm doing, and being able to listen when I drive and cook and do laundry and just everything, clean. You're able to listen. So the love story of Jada and Tristan. I mean, check out the cover. The cover of this book is just so cute. So they're dressed in a nice dress and a suit. They are actors, an actor and an actress, and they both end up together. So who doesn't love a co-worker love story? Who? That's kind of hard to not love, right? So this book was fun, steamy, cute, a special romantic charm. I really enjoyed this book. Of course, Just Read Stars, 5 out of 5. Love this book. It was really good. Another one that I was like super pleasantly surprised about. This book is book number 34. Moving on to The Bodyguard. The Bodyguard by Catherine Center. This book is another cute read. Unexpectedly, I was a little nervous. Another audio, like who doesn't love audios? This book was released on, well, it's going to be released on July 19th. So it's not out yet, but you should pre-order it because it was so good. It was so good. It was narrated by Patty Murin. She did a phenomenal job managing the different voices. Like, she helped make this book a huge success. Yeah, I really love this book. So fun, flirty, vulnerable, and it was so hard to put down because I really wanted to know what next. So she's the bodyguard because everybody's thinking it's going to be a man, right? When you hear bodyguard, we think of males. So she works for a bodyguard firm which protects people that are like high profile. So celebrities, movie stars, all those, well, that falls in the same category, but high profile people, and he just kind of needed a break and wanted to be normal for a minute, so she was pretending to be his girlfriend, which was really fun and cute. So a whole lot was wrapped up. It was just so much more than a regular rom-com, and I really appreciated that. So definitely check this book out. All right, the next book is, oh, I don't know if I said it, but this book is also 5 out of 5 stars. Phenomenal read. Like, she did a really good job. Another one that I'm happy that I got from NetGalley and the publishing company. Moving on to book number 36 is Tinkering with Love. This book is kind of up for probably my favorite book of the month. Like, this book was really good and like just so hot and just like really hard to put down. So this book was not, it's an arc, but it was not a audio, but it was really good, and it released on June 20th. So if you're following me on Instagram, you were able to see, or Twitter, because I post on Twitter now. So yeah, I'm doing that as well. That's really exciting. A nice book, what is it called? Book Twitter. It's cute, and there's a nice community over there where you share your thoughts and all that stuff. Everybody shares their thoughts. So this book was sent to me by Entangle Publishing LLC. Thank you so much, you guys. This book was so good. I couldn't stop singing the praises on social media about this book because I really enjoyed it. It's by Aaliyah Burke, and it was definitely a sexy rom-com, a page-turner, everything and then some. So it was a love story of Thule and Dawson, and I really hope there's a part 2 of this book because she was mad because he kind of took her position, or she was looking at it as he took her position. She didn't really know the story. He got the job through a hookup with his mom because he was back in town, and you know how moms always want to help, but the manager of the store, the mom didn't realize that somebody had already applied and was given a job by the old manager that had passed, because the old manager passed sudden. So he passed, and she was like, okay, well, this person in from here, this young lady, we're just going to give this job to Tully. And she gave it to Tully, as a favor to her friend, his mom. And he didn't know. He thought that he was rightfully in the job. He didn't know. So the whole time they're on this job, what do you call it? Like a job, it's not fair, but they had an outing for the job. I know the word. I'll probably put it on the screen if I remember it. But they had a job outing for everybody, and they kind of were like an excursion. They were out hiking and camping, right? And she was there, and when she heard his name, she was like, oh, that's the guy that got my job. So she kind of had an axe to grind, but he's such a good-looking guy. He's strong, he's buff, he's tall. So she couldn't really hide, and then he's funny. So he's one of those guys that's a charmer, and, everybody loves him. So she was trying her hardest not to like this guy, and finally she kind of just had to submit. So there's a lot more to that, but it was a really good read. Definitely check this book out. Would I recommend? Absolutely. 5 out of 5 stars. And that was book number 36. Moving on to The Husband Diet. This book was really good too. Oh my gosh. So this is book 37 by Nancy Barone. This again is another arc. Like all of the books that I'm talking about today are going to be arcs except the last two. So this book was sent to me by Head of Zeus, and that was so good. Like I'm so thankful. I mean, thank you guys for sending me this book. It was amazing. So it's basically about a wife that got married to somebody that she shouldn't, a woman that she got married to somebody that she shouldn't have never married. You know, she's thankful in the end for her kids, but her husband was just such a nightmare. You know, talking about how when he was cheating too. So it's like, you're talking about my weight and wanting me to look better and lose weight and be so much out of who I am. Not saying the weight was part of her, but just everything. He really didn't appreciate her. He wasn't even a good father. So basically, she got her groove back. So she meets someone, well, the principal of her kid's school. Trying not to tell you guys everything. And it goes down, and there is a part 2 of this book coming out, and I cannot wait. I think it's sometime in July. I cannot wait to read this book because I think they moved to Italy, which is where she like really loved and wanted to be there forever. And her husband had said, we'd move there with the kids one day and, you know, do farming and like, we'll do that. And they never did. They opened a bed and breakfast, but it never happened. And he was just so gross. So least character in the book would definitely be her husband. Least favorite character in the book. But this book definitely get a 5 out of 5 stars. I am like waiting at the door for part 2 because you guys know I love a good series. So I cannot wait to read this book. All right, so moving on to book number 38, The Love Connection by Denise Williams. So I love Denise Williams dearly. I pre-ordered these books and forgot, like I had put in the request for them as arcs and for the arcs, these books, and I didn't even realize until I went on my Kindle, I hit refresh, that these books are just kind of popping in. So it's a 3-part series, The Love Connection. I read The Love Connection. I read The Misconnection, and then there's The Sweetest Connection that's coming out in July. So I can't wait to read that one. But The Love Connection. So as always, she doesn't disappoint. I really enjoyed this book. It's the story of Benny and Ollie, and he's a hopeless romantic, and she owns a dog. She's a dog lover and a lover of romance novels. She owns like in the airport grooming service for like animals and dogs and pups and stuff like that. So she does that, and she loves romance novels. Like romance novels at her bedside every night. Like that's her thing. She falls in love with the characters in the books. So she meets him, and they kind of both like kind of have a thing for each other, and it finally shoots off, and it works out in the end. But it was just so magnetic, this book. I love a good happy ever after, hence why I always read romance novels. They're good to relax. They give me a nice relax point. I'm always thinking, my mind is always running on the next thing that I have to do. That a good rom-com is, to me, recipe for a good relaxed day. So yeah, this book was great. She does not disappoint. Well, I'll get to that in the next book, but this is book 38, number 38, and I really enjoyed it. It's hard to believe that I'm doing now a 50 book challenge this year. Last year was 100. I'm doing 50 this year. I'm on book 39, reading book 40 at the moment, and I just can't believe how, like, wow, I'm already almost to 50. So this might have to be to 75, but I may have to go to 75. But would I recommend? Absolutely. Just read stars, 5 out of 5, hands down. I love this book. And this series is like maybe short of 200 pages. So like 150, I think, per book. So it's not too much in each. She just kind of split them into a 3-part series. So it's pretty cute because you're learning of the characters as you go along. There's characters from book 2 that were mentioned in book 1, and so on and so forth for book 3 mentioned in book 2. So cute. Moving on to book number 39, The Missed Connection by Denise Williams. Another one, right? I told you part 2. So this book I give 3 out of 5 stars because, sorry, I'm not like showing you guys. Well, I'm putting it there, but I'm not. So The Missed Connection by Denise Williams. So this book started off with a bang, 2 strangers meeting in the airport on Christmas Eve, sharing this passionate kiss, the New Year's Eve kiss. and it's cute, right? But then it starts to go off. Oh yeah, so it's Gia and Felix. So the issue for me is it starts to go off with Gia being like, it's mentioned in book one, but I kind of was like, okay, whatever. But Gia being bisexual, I get that this month is Pride Month. I didn't really like that. I don't see why. Like, I've read books from Denise Williams before, and she doesn't really go into that. So I thought I was safe and this was good. But then I was like, oh man, it is June. So that was a downer for me that she went off into her seeing other, like, having an ex that was a woman and then flirting with an ex at the airport, or another woman at the airport, someone who found her interesting, and she's like, oh well, playing with the whole thing of woman or man. I don't like it. I thought, like I said, that I was safe. So this book I give a 3 out of 5 stars. I don't really know if I would recommend it, just because I really don't like that, and I don't believe in it. I don't encourage it. So if that's you, I love everybody, but I do not believe in encouraging that type and way of life. I don't. So that blew it for me a little, but the book was still good. Things heat up really quickly. They work it out. I enjoyed the character development in the book, but in that same breath, Gia at the end was going to propose to Felix. Sorry, I spelled the book out, but it's been released, so it's not like it's a new read. But like I said, I don't really know if I would recommend it. But she was going to propose, and I'm like, why are we pushing that womanly, that masculine energy on women to be the one that proposes? The Bible says when a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing. So with that being said, why isn't it left to the man to be the one, I can't talk, to be the one to propose? Why can't us as women wait? And if that person taking too long, and this wasn't even that long, they were dating for months, probably a year, And anyway, so he ended up proposing, so all was well in the world. She was like, I was just about to do that, and bought the ring and everything, and I was like, why did you do that? But other than that, the book was pretty good. She is Denise Williams, and like I said, I love her books. Can everybody read this book? No, because everybody ain't gonna be done with that. I apologize for the noise. Everybody ain't gonna be done with that, but I didn't appreciate it. I feel like it could have been left out, especially when it's not necessary. I don't know why people go above and beyond to do these things when it's really not necessary. So that kind of blew it for me a little bit, but I love her. So I can keep reading, and I just think that this was because of Pride Month. I just wish people didn't do that. Why? That's my thought process of it. But that's it. I can't wait to read The Spirit's Connection amongst a bunch of other books. Like, I have a Tessa Bailey read to read. I have a lot of books to read, a lot of arcs to read. So July is going to be jam-packed. I cannot wait to see you guys again for that, for the recap of all those books. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, be sure to hit the like button. See you in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe and share this video with somebody that you feel would enjoy it. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys in the next video. Toodles!